In this video, I'm going to check out the new MUCAR DriverScan scan tool from ThinkCar, which provides near OE level diagnostics for the do-it-yourselfer. So, let's get into it. This video is broken into a variety of chapters. If there's one of particular interest to you, look at the time index and jump to that section, or expand the description section of this video and use the link in that section. Now, let's get into the video. In the past, I have purchased a ThinkCar ThinkDiag scan tool, and I reviewed that on my channel. Recently, ThinkCar reached out to me to see if I wanted to check out the MUCAR DriverScan scan tool, so they did provide the scan tool free of charge for this review. I'm allowed to say what I find good or bad about the product in this review. MUCAR is a sub-brand of ThinkCar, and all MUCAR products are designed for the do-it-yourself vehicle owner. The MUCAR DriverScan scan tool is a Bluetooth device that plugs into the vehicle's diagnostic port. This video was created in late May 2024, and the current MUCAR DriverScan scan tool price in the US market is $59 US. The MUCAR app and the DriverScan scan tool support bi-directional communications with the various modules within your vehicle. This allows you to perform active tests of the various subsystems in your vehicle to see if they're performing correctly or incorrectly. You'll see these types of tests within the Actuation tests menu entry within the diagnostic modules. One of the largest benefits of this product is it provides near original equipment level full system diagnostics. You'll scan all those modules in your vehicle, unlike some of the more inexpensive scan tools which only look at the engine control module or possibly the anti-lock brake system. This gives you a full picture of what's going on in your vehicle. If diagnostic trouble codes are found during the scan, you can enter the vehicle module, read the DTCs, and at each DTC there's a function to search, which will go out to Google and help you get information that might help you better develop a repair plan for that particular trouble code. After completing the health report scan, you can choose to generate a report including any of the diagnostic trouble codes found during that scan, and you can save that for future reference and further investigation. One of the powerful tools of any good scan tool is the ability to read live data from the various modules in the vehicle. I'm in the engine control module of my particular vehicle looking at the engine data, and then it presents all the available data fields that are available in that particular vehicle module. And in this case, I'm selecting individual fields, or you can select all of them and then click OK once you have all of them selected. They will be presented in a list format after that, and they will be updated real time. And you can see the values on the left and the unit of measure next to them. And then on the right, there's a graph symbol. So I've selected one particular field to be graphed, and it'll show that value in real time. Or you can choose to combine multiple fields into a single graph. And once you've selected those fields, it'll present them up to 4 fields in a single graph, and it'll show the real-time values on the bottom and the graphed values on the top. And it gives a different color to each data field to make it easier to read. This way you can compare various fields at the same time while you're diagnosing the problem. Any data field that supports multiple units of measure will have a drop list that allows you to select a particular unit of measure that is best suited for your particular application. The MUCAR app includes 15 maintenance functions with an active subscription that allows you to perform functions such as resetting the oil life after an oil change, bleed the ABS brake module, or various other maintenance functions listed on the screen. Not every vehicle will have a maintenance function available for it, and any maintenance function that is available via these maintenance function modules will also be available in the vehicle diagnostic module. The app also includes an engine volumetric efficiency calculator, and under performance testing you have an acceleration test. This scan tool supports 95% of the vehicles on the road, works with all OBD-II and EOBD cars after 1996, supports a wide variety of communications protocols, and it supports 12 different languages. Please note that the CAN-FD communications protocol is not supported by this scan tool, which is used by some late model GM and other manufacturer vehicles. With the purchase of the MUCAR DriverScan scan tool, you have a 1-year subscription included in that purchase price that includes all manufacturer diagnostic modules, all maintenance reset functions, and for the lifetime that you own the DriverScan scan tool, you have free OBD-II and EOBD diagnostics and free updates. When it comes time to renew your subscription for the MUCAR DriverScan scan tool, that will cost $50 per year. That will give you continued access to the manufacturer diagnostic modules and the maintenance reset functions. The OBD2 and eOBD diagnostics are free and updated for life of your ownership of the scan tool. If you do need ECU coding or special function support, make sure you consider looking at the ThinkCar ThinkDiag scan tool, since it includes that support and the DriverScan does not. Looking at the OBD2 diagnostic functions available in the scan tool, you can read codes, clear codes, look at freeze frame data from when those codes were set, look at live data, which includes graphing. The IM readiness monitors are there, the inspection maintenance readiness monitors. If your vehicle must pass a smog check to get your vehicle registered based on where you live, this is helpful in making sure that the readiness monitors have passed successfully before you go in for the smog check. The MUCAR app IM readiness feature will use the OBD2 functionality within the app to retrieve the readiness monitor states, and testing means those have completed, so they're shown in green. Not detected means that they haven't completed their test yet, so 3 have not completed their test, and for this particular vehicle, 7 are not supported within the engine control module. In the next screen, we'll see the other ones that are supported in any other modules as well. Another way to take a look at this is to go into the OBD2 diagnostics for the vehicle. You'll show the MIL status, which is the malfunction indicator lamp or the check engine light, it's off. The DTCs in the engine control module are 0. Readiness tests that have completed is 4, and the ones that have not completed yet is 3. And then there are additional fields showing some summary information for this particular vehicle. And then the various other functions, including DTC lookup, which if you do find a diagnostic trouble code, you can click on that and it will go out and search on Google and find the information that might help you to diagnose what's really going on with your vehicle. Here are the steps to get the MUCAR DriverScan scan tool operational. First off, you must download the MUCAR app from the Apple App Store for iOS and from the Google Play Store for an Android device. Second, after the app's installed, you must invoke the app for the first time. You'll create a MUCAR user account. After creating the user account, you'll then be requested to enter the serial number and activation code that's on the front page of the English documentation included in the box. That will activate the DriverScan scan tool. Then within the MUCAR app, you'll go and select which diagnostic modules or reset functions you wish to have download and available on your device. Then number 4 says to start your car. You don't necessarily need to start your car. You may just need to place it into run mode without the engine running. In fact, most of the time, that's the way that you'll perform that function, unless you need to see data while the engine is running. As part of step 4, or in between steps 4 and 5, make sure you install the DriverScan scan tool into the OBD2 diagnostics port or data link connector port. And then in step 5, you'll select the function you wish to perform, be it diagnostics or a reset function or OBD2 diagnostics, and it will connect to the DriverScan scan tool and perform that function. And in step 6, it's showing the vehicle specific diagnostic module being invoked with a health report being executed. So that's the quick view of how to get your DriverScan scan tool operational. In this video segment, I'm going to demonstrate the bidirectional communications capabilities of the DriverScan scan tool by utilizing an actuation test within the engine control module of this vehicle to control the radiator cooling fans. Actuation tests allow you to control various features within the vehicle modules and test their functionality, allowing you to better diagnose the behavior, be it good or bad, within that particular feature. So in this case, we first need to plug in the DriverScan module into the data link connector or OBD2 port, and that's located right here. So I'm going to plug it in. And now it is available for use by having power from pin 16 of that connector. I'm going to turn on the ignition to key on, engine off, or run position. Now that the bell is off, let's go into the app, and it will establish a connection over Bluetooth with the DriverScan device. And I'm going to go into diagnostics, And in history, I already have the VIN because I've interacted with this vehicle before, but I'm going to have it auto search so you can see that it's reading that from the vehicle again. And based on the VIN, it'll decode that to be a GM vehicle, and it knows to invoke the GM Diagnostics module, which has already been downloaded. If it hadn't been downloaded, it would have prompted you to download it at that time. The flashing indicator shows there's communications going on. And now we're here at the functions that are available within the GM Diagnostic module. And we have a health report capability, which will go through, interrogate all the believed to be present vehicle modules, looking for diagnostic codes. The system scan goes through, does not ask for diagnostic codes, but just checks to see if they respond and are present. And then system selection is a manual method of selecting the module in the vehicle. Either of those would get us there, but just a direct method would be system selection. I know that the test that I want to perform is in the engine control module, and it needs to know whether it has an automatic transmission or a manual transmission. It has automatic. And here's the list of functions that are available within the GM Diagnostic module for this vehicle. Of course, we have the module information, read fault code, clear fault code, read data stream. So you can look at data values, read freeze frames if they've been stored for that. And then we have actuation test. And then the inspection and maintenance system information as well. For the ThinkDiag and other scan tools from ThinkCar, those have an extra set of functions available called special functions. Those are considered ECU coding, or you can change parameters within the various vehicle modules that allow them to be set. And that is not present here in the MUCAR DriverScan module. If you need that type of functionality, look at those other devices from ThinkCar or other manufacturers. So let's go into actuation test. Here are the list of tests that are available within the engine control module. And of course, I'm going to go into cooling fan. And we have the commanded state. Below is watch data. I have not been able to get this to display anything, so I need to ask ThinkCar about that and ask them why this particular one's not showing anything. And then the cooling fan motor command, that will show what it believes the cooling fans should be operating at that point in time based on what's being reported by the engine control module. Down on the bottom, we have the buttons that we can use to invoke various speed values for the fans to run at. And this up arrow brings up an extra set of buttons for that, so we can go 70 and 90%. Release control will give control back to the engine control module. And the more DS is to look for data values, but again, I haven't been able to get that to function, at least as how I understand it should operate. I don't have it display anything in the below is watched area or anywhere else. Let's start off this test by requesting the fans run at 20% of their speed. We're now communicating with the engine control module, and then there's also a cooling fan module on this particular vehicle that the engine control module is communicating with. And it's commanded them to 20%, and they're running at 22%. And looking in the engine bay video, you can see that the fans are actually operating. If you want to increase the speed, let's go to 40%. It should increase the fan speed again. And let's get it to near hurricane force here and go for 90%. So we've requested 90%, and the engine control module is reporting back that they're running at 91%. And again, if we want to turn off the fans, we need to release control. So let's bring up the release control button. And now the fans have been commanded to basically turn off, and the fan speed has been reported at 0. And in the engine bay, you can see that they're spinning down to a full stop. This concludes my test of the actuation test for the engine control module to control the cooling fans on this 2014 Chevrolet Caprice. Here are my final thoughts about the MUCAR DriverScan scan tool made by ThinkCar for the do-it-yourselfer. With ThinkCar offering the DriverScan scan tool for $59 US in the United States market, this is a very affordable scan tool for the do-it-yourselfer. The purchase price does include a 1-year subscription, which includes all manufactured diagnostic modules and all maintenance reset functions. The OBD-II OBD Diagnostics module is functional whether or not you have an active subscription, and it will continue to function after the initial 1-year subscription expires, and updates are also free after that 1 year as well. The fact that this scan tool uses a subscription model for the updates of the manufactured diagnostic modules and maintenance reset functions will be considered a con for many of the viewers of this video. But you have to keep in mind the initial cost is only $59 US in the United States. That includes 1 year of free updates, and then each year it's $50 beyond that. When comparing this against other scan tools, you'll have to look at the total cost of ownership being the initial purchase price of $59 US plus the additional $50 per year for the subscription renewal against the purchase price and any potential renewal that you might have with any other scan tool you're looking at. This is a very good scan tool for the do-it-yourselfer. It's inexpensive to purchase, and it supports multiple vehicle manufacturers, which if you have multiple vehicle manufacturer vehicles in your garage, it can be very helpful. Some other scan tools limit you to one vehicle manufacturer type, given the license that you get with the purchase of that scan tool. So look at the total package and total cost of ownership to see which is the best one for you. I hope you found this video to be helpful. If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell notification to be notified when I upload new videos just like this. Thanks for coming to the channel and checking out this video. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.